for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
But, Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year 1.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second down and 7. Hands it off out of the gun.
Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he will have a Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes.
That's into the hands of Fortson.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, On offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. It was DJ Jones who's there for the tackle.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And it's caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco from 13 yards out. And the Chiefs will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. So first and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and what also helps, his unselfishness. Because he's not a quarterback who's going to take it every time and pull it from the running back and keep it. He will hand it inside when the reads are correct.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. Brought down by Willie Gay.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9. Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Charles, that's a route that you and I have seen time and time again in our years up in this booth, and that executed well and a great throw, too.
And sometimes, even if you know it's coming, the execution will trump whatever you do on the defensive side of the ball. Plus, it was a well-thrown football. A nice, healthy gain right there.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
It's the pickup of 3, which brings up 2nd and 7 at the 15-yard line.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now here's Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Go, 14.
And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And he's got room. There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Raheem Hicks, he would not be denied there. He sticks him for the loss. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. They run off tackle right with Williams. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Third and long. It's Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Here's Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
It's now second and 6.
They run it again with Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
14.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point from McManus is good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mahomes going to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And the half will begin with a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw caught here by Dulcich. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. That's taken in by Dulcich. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now they run off tackle with Drake. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Room here to run. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Broncos 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Chiefs take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the foot.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And the Chiefs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 116 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, 39 yards. And the Chiefs continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 24.
Chiefs 38, Broncos 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
This one swung out to Williams. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Got that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 3rd down, Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Now here's Ross. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Hello.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Mahomes now on first down. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Throw left side, completion to Rice. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Handoff as they run the counter play. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Mahomes now to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That kind of looked like a defense fed up by being gashed in the running game all night.
Yeah, and imagine their coach saying, if you're fed up on that play, where were you the rest of the time? What took you so long? But flip it over to the offensive side. They've been dominating this thing, and to finally have a play go against them, that's not something that's going to make them feel very good this evening.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all. 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Randy Gregory with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Well, we saw him score on the ground earlier in the ball game. This time, the defense says not so fast.
Yeah, that's good scouting and good awareness, isn't it? Because you always have to be wary of him keeping it himself, especially in this part of the field. Because if he doesn't like what he sees, you know he'll take off and try and go for it himself.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
The Broncos take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
A 4-yard loss.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Out route complete to Dulcich. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there. And they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And now here is another interception. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're
Coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah, get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.